It's been that way since.
Yeah.
Always had work.
Wow.
I think our stream just shut off.
Really?
Yeah. Hang on. It's red.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
You might have to tell that story again. That was very interesting. 1981, I was...
No, we're good.
Oh, we are good. Okay.
Sorry.
That'll be 40 years ago for me on next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was born May 19th, 1981. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
It's next
awesome.
week.
Next Wednesday, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, we gotta have a party next week.
Yeah.
Well, next week we're going on the Chilling with the Rick show.
Yes, we are.
Unfortunately,
On the 17th.
No, I'm kidding. I love you, Rick. I'm just busting his balls. I'm just busting his chops. But anyways, that's next week, and then the day after is your birthday. So you're pretty much celebrating your birthday on Chilling with the Rick. What is that?
It's my phone.
Oh, this device is going to self-destruct in 7 seconds. That's what it sounds like.
It looks something
The
like
boys
really.
still get it.
This looks like something really, really weird.
What's wrong?
It keeps going, like my phone, like the stream just keeps showing you going, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, am I having a weird problem? No, it's good. Maybe it's your phone.
Maybe.
No, it's I'm live, so I don't know what's happening. For a second there, before we went live, it like froze on me. The computer just did some weird shit, so I think I'm having stupid computer day. But
Okay.
I think we're fine.
Okay,
if we're live right now, just let us know if you guys. If we do cut out, I'm sure somebody will let me know.
Yeah, okay, I see it now. Tim says we're back on. Tim Moyer, our
Thank you,
official
buddy. Hey, Tim.
Monday,
There we go.
Local Music Monday sponsor
We
here.
get it right out of the way.
Yeah.
Get it right out of the way.
Absolutely.
So, have you ever played in a band with Tim Moyer?
I don't think so.
Have you ever jammed with him?
Nope. I
Have
don't
you
think
ever
so.
carried his wardrobe case?
Nah, I missed out on that.
You missed out on that
I've
one
seen
too?
them plenty of times, though,
Yeah.
over the years when they were
Call for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played some shows together at there was a place in Syracuse. It was a big place, and I can't remember the name of it.
Hungry Charlie's?
It was Culprit and Red Hush Days.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So, Bob, what was your first band?
First band was the one I was talking about. The friend of mine, Joe Mahoney.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Danny's cousin. It was called Undercover, and it took us a little while to get going. And I bought a bass, and he lived on Clinton Street in Whitesboro, and I worked at Great American. There was a little shopping, or it's Whitestown Shopping Center, and right next to Great American was Pitta's Music, and I think Mark Bolo Sr. started there when he was a teenager.
Wow.
And I went over there and I bought a Hondo 2 for $150.
A Hondo 2.
Yeah.
Huh? Do you still have it?
No, I think I traded it into Mark when he had his first store, and I ended up with a Heyman 4040 about a year later or so. But yeah, Undercover was the first band. We played a lot of high school parties, and it was all guys that I went to school with. And that was 81, and yeah, that's
So, were you in high school back then?
yeah,
Yeah?
10th grade.
10th grade?
Yeah.
So, were you playing gigs then going to high school the next day?
Well, not the next day, mostly on the
Weekends.
weekends. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the drinking age was 18 then, so it was kind of everything was open, and it was pretty. There was a lot of clubs and stuff around back then. We didn't get a chance to get into any of those. We're a little bit too young, but there was a juice bar where T-Hands is now, or Joe to Hands. It was called the USS Waterfront.
Oh, yeah.
All the bands that were big at the time, like New York Flyers, Alex Starr, there was a bunch of them.
805.
Yes, 805. They used to play there, and we're able to go out and see them. And we played there once or twice, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what kind? Go
That's
ahead.
awesome. It was a juice bar, and like they put like major bands in there, and kids went to go see them. Like that's
We used to go
insane.
there every weekend.
Like now
it was
kids won't go
great.
see a band because they can't drink.
So all those guys, they kind of influenced me, especially like Mark Marzullo from the New York Flyers, and he's still playing, and Jack Murray from Alex Starr, and there was a bunch of guys, and also Luftwaffe, Bob and Dave's Life, Tim Gillis, and Paul. Those guys were playing around, and they were a big influence on what we became later on, which was Visigoth. So
Yeah.
Describe a
There's
Luftwaffe waffle show for me, because I heard it was crazy and off the charts back then.
well. it's been a while, but there was chainsaws and
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
And Dave Slife was a great front man, and he used to wear chains around his neck, and just his presence, it was pretty intense. And they were a great band. And back then, you could play high school dances, and I remember they were playing at Holland Patton High School, and they were working all over the place. And they're probably one of the heaviest bands around here at the time. And
For sure.
yeah, big influence on me and the guys I played with in Visigoth. And we kind of took what they were doing and did a lot of the same stuff.
Did you ever share the stage together? Did you ever open for them?
No, we didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, they were done before you guys started.
I think they were. It was close.
Yeah. And Slife had a great range, too.
Yeah,
I remember him singing like Judas Priest. And I remember him coming in with Bob's band at the EC when they did that the cancer thing. And he was killing Halford.
Yeah.
He was
great at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was good. Like, and that was the first time I ever seen him. I was too young to see
Yeah.
Luftwaffe back in the day. But
They were awesome.
yeah, no doubt. Now, describe a Visigoth show, because I heard that was off the charts as well.
Well, we didn't get to play out as much as we would have liked to because at the time the drinking age had changed. There was a lot going on with, there's quite a few kids that were getting killed by drunk drivers and, them themselves driving drunk. So that was going on. MTV kind of killed things a little bit. So the metal thing was kind of dying out. But we got a chance to play a few shows, and we used to play Milo's on Culver Ave. And, we were just kind of getting started, and there was too much space in between shows, so we didn't get really as tight as we would have liked to. But it was good, and we had a good time playing. And, I'd like to go back and do it again sometime. but,
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. I love it.
Different times back then, though, huh?
Oh, hell
Yeah, it was.
And do you think the internet's just totally killed everything?
No, not really.
You being in that generation?
Well, there's things about it like I think before internet, MTV started to kill stuff, and the drinking thing and the drunk driving, that kind of killed all the club scene because the club scene around here was huge.
Oh, yeah.
A band could go out and play 5 nights a week, and their worst night might be Monday night. They might make $600 or $700.
Wow.
And I was thinking back then, this is what I want to do, and I caught the tail end of it and got some of that, but it died off probably about 84, 85. Some of those bands that were doing great, they broke up. Most of the clubs went away, and things didn't really pick up again until probably the early 90s when grunge started being a big thing. There were still a few places, one being Coleman's in Rome. That was pretty big, and it changed to Alabama Slammers. So they had quite a few national acts for a few years, and there was a pretty good scene. But the late 70s and early 80s, this area was on fire.
Yeah,
there was a lot of clubs, 4 acres. And
Bigger population back then, too.
Yeah,
With the Air Force Base being
Right.
around.
Base was here.
Yep.
And national acts used to come here all the time, and there was always bands playing at the Utica. You could probably say 4 times a month there would be somebody big playing there. I know he's the first band I seen there was Boston and Sammy Hagar in '78.
Oh, wow.
And after that, I seen Rush in 1980, and Cheap Trick played there, the Cars, all kinds of bands all the time.
Ozzy.
Yes, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
it was good.
So after the concerts were done, were there after parties at all the clubs afterwards? Were bands out playing afterwards? Like, hey, were they out promoting? Like, hey, come check us out afterwards? Was it kind of like that? Was there a scene happening after the concerts were done?
Yeah, I didn't make it to many of those because I was underage at the time.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they did, but I know later on the mid 80s, it was more the War Memorial. We used to go there quite a bit and see concerts, and I guess they'd hang out afterwards. I did get a chance to meet. Ozzy was on tour with Metallica during the Master of Puppets tour.
Oh yeah.
And just by accident, I happened to go to make a long story short, happened to go to Syracuse Hotel, and I got upstairs in the lounge, and both bands were hanging out there, and that's where they were staying. And I got a chance to, talk to Ozzy for a little bit, and he was sitting at this big table with Sharon, and she wasn't the celebrity she is now, but she was there, and his assistant, Tony Dennis, and Jakey Lee was hanging out, and a bunch of other people. And I look over, and there's James Hetfield, and
wow.
sitting on the couch is my sister's friend talking to Kirk Hammett. So, it was pretty cool. And I got to talk to Cliff Burton for a while.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Masters of Puppets.
Yep. Wow. And they weren't big yet. So,
yeah, they're just starting to, they were starting to build an underground following
that tour sent them on their way. Mm-hmm. And, I walked up there, it was my birthday too. So I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And I did a shot of Jack with James, and we hung out and talked for a while. I talked to Ozzy's assistant the longest, but we stayed for about an hour, and we had to take off. So, but it was a good experience.
Best birthday ever, huh?
Yeah, it was real good. So that was 35 years ago. And it's hard to think it was that long ago.
Man. So when does Red Hush start?
Red Hush started in 91 or early 92. It was a product of Metacopus, which was Mark and Shane's band when they were in high school with Ray. And I got together with those guys when they were still Metacopus, and they wanted to do something different. And they were all about writing, but they also, we kind of wanted to do like a tribute to rock thing. So we came up with the name Red Hush, and we started playing probably 92, and we did really well for a few years. Mm-hmm. And so Red Hush has been around for almost 30 years.
Yep.
30 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You know what? Shane keeps everything too.
Oh, yeah.
He's got like original posters from like the very first show they ever did. Yeah. He's got recordings, videotapes. He's got everything. I wanted to do a Red Hush documentary.
Yeah.
Because think about the longevity, 30 years. There's no bands that are around 30 years anymore, especially on a local. You guys at Gridley Page are the exception. Think about how many million.
I remember when we came up. I remember Red Hush because there was only a couple bands that I would remember hearing about.
Yeah.
On the scene because we were so young. You know what I mean? But we came on the scene in '94, so you guys had already been around for a couple years. So we heard Red Hush, and of course you're at Gridley Page because they had just changed like the year before. Tim will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's
the mid-90s, right?
No, I think it was before. I think it was before us, so it had to be like 93-ish that maybe Tim would have made that switch because they were ulterior motives before.
It was later than that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think so. I think they're culprit around 93 or 4 because it was Club Chameleon we played at in Syracuse.
Okay.
Actually, Moira's saying it's the Pump House.
Pump House. Okay,
Pump
that's
House?
it. All right.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
shout out that, I'm having dumb computer day today, and so I'm not really getting everybody's messages.
Yeah.
So want to say hi to everybody. Borges out there saying hello to all of us.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah. How many bands did you play with him?
Just Visigoth.
Just Visigoth?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I want to say what's up to Helen Tenuta. Hi, Helen. Motorlord. He's out there. Marshall's going to be on the show next month, Justin.
Yeah, he was in DNR back then, he said.
DNR with the Do Not Resuscitate. So Culprit was 90 to 93, and then Ulterior Motive, and then I want to say Gridley Page was like 95, 96, somewhere around.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because they started just before Showtime did. That's right. 'Cause Showtime started in 97, but we were just the three of us, 94 to 97. So that's what happened, though.
Yeah, see, your liver that got pickled this weekend, it's affecting your brain.
Well, yeah, because my liver left, so now my brain takes over to try to fix everything. I know.
Yeah, the liver's headed south.
Yeah,
It's going to Daytona. That's going to Bike Week.
The longevity of both bands is pretty amazing.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, it's something to have a band together for that long.
And that brings me back to the Red Hush thing.
Yeah,
it's just
man.
amazing and how they kept it together. And not only kept it together, but they all generally love each other.
Sure.
There's a lot of love in that band, man.
Brothers.
Yes, exactly. The brothers.
Yeah, I was happy I got to meet Shane with the Kelly's Christmas thing that we did and stuff, and getting to work with him was awesome.
Yeah.
Just because it's like he's so like very, 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 very passionate about what he does. You know what I mean? And that's like, it's tough to see that, especially with guys. And I mean, in your generation, you don't see a lot of that anymore because they're like the club scene is not where it was before, so to speak. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, it's very easy for those guys to kind of dip down in or whatever. And Shane is it seems just as fired up as he was back then, you know?
Yep, we had a lot of fun, and I miss those days. I was in the band for 10 years, and it was a good time.
Definitely.
Yep.
Do you know what Shane just is the epitome of cool?
Oh, yeah.
He really is. And I don't mean to blow his head up, and he's not really one to be get his head all ego, but you know, he's just a cool motherfucker. He's always been that way. As long as I've known him, he's just been cool and great guy. All of them. Ray too, another one. You want to talk about? And I feel like Ray Abel gets no love. Right? He should get a ton of love. That guy deserves so much love. He's a beast on that guitar, and he's just so underrated.
Yeah, we played together before Red Hush got together.
Oh, cool.
In a band called Sweet Cheetah. We're kind of hair metal band.
Love it.
Towards the end of the '80s, and we did a lot of Van Halen, Zeppelin, and we had a good time in that too.
Who was the singer in that band? Was it Ian?
Yes.
Yes, I remember that. So this is right around 89 is when I'm starting to get into the scene. Towards the late 80s, early 90s is like, you know, this is my high school years. Yeah, I just dated myself. Anyways, I used to sneak into Coleman's underage. And so I'd have to sneak out of my house so my parents wouldn't catch me.
Right.
Sorry, Mom. Who's going to be on the show tomorrow?
They had like the $5 Kilokeg shows there. I think Pat McCaldy started putting those on with Norm Coleman.
Oh, wow.
And all the popular kind of hair metal bands used to play there at the time, from Syracuse and Utica and Rome.
Yeah.
And we'd play there like once a month, and it'd always be a great time. And the after hours parties were even better.
Was Red Hush playing 4 nights a week? Were they that busy at one time?
Well, maybe once in a while, but early on we used to play every weekend quite a bit for a while. But we also took time off. We spent a lot of time writing, and we did a record around 94, 95, and we tried to promote that. We got quite a few gigs after that. You know, that record did pretty well for us. But we had a problem keeping guitar players around. So we went for a spell after that where we were trying to find somebody that would be interested in playing our stuff and some of the cover material we're doing. So I think it was around maybe 95. We were looking for somebody. We tried out probably 20 guys, and for one reason or another, it wasn't a fit. And when we started looking, I was talking to my mom about it, and she goes, she was taking classes at MV, and she goes, I know this guy that sits out on the lawn, and he plays acoustic guitar with his friends, and he smokes some pot, and I'm thinking, how good could he be? And I kind of brushed it off, and we went through months of trying people out, and it just didn't work out, and I got thinking, I wonder if my mother still sees that guy playing his guitar. And so I went and asked her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I see him every day." I go, "Can you give him my number?" And it was Mitch Mann.
Mitch Mann, oh yeah, love it.
And that's how you met Mitch.
That's how I met Mitch.
Wow.
And he ended up joining Red Hush shortly after that.
And he shreds.
Oh yeah.
He's just he's on his own other level.
And we went on from Red Hush, and me and Mitch did Red Rum together for a few years, and then he moved on to the Bomb. And
what was the lineup in Red Rum?
It was me and Mitch, Elvis Macri from Rome. He was on drums, and Mark Simpson on guitar.
I remember the band.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. And then he went on to play with the Bomb, and he's still playing with the Bomb, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right on, man. And then you switch over. You go country. Well, do you go country right after Red Rum, or no? You played in that's right. You played with Todd for a minute there too, right?
Yeah. But between that, it was Dig, and I did I played a year with Sinners Inc. with Todd, and then we had me and Eric from Dig. We did a little thing with Dave King and Mike Merrifield called Porn Star Armageddon. That was a thing for a while.
God, these names are incredible. Yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it, dude. I can't even.
And after that, we did the syndicate thing, and it started to. Eric had some health issues, and he had to step out for a while, and we were having a tough time getting gigs, and this Grit and Grace thing came along, and I wanted to keep working. So I went and auditioned, and it worked out. And Dave's a booking Nazi, so
He's insane, yeah.
Yeah, he was actually playing in Fulton Chain Gang at the time during the summer, but those guys wanted the winter off. So Grit and Grace was actually a kind of a part-time side thing, and it got to the point to where we were doing so well. He decided he was going to leave Fulton Chain Gang, and we went full time, I think, in 2014. And we're playing, I don't know, 130 gigs a year.
Yeah.
So we've been pretty busy right up until COVID. So the country thing's been good.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
It has.
It's starting to explode now, too. And I got to tell you, the first time that I ever saw you perform with them, the very first song I ever heard was you doing AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. I was like, wait, what?
He can hit those notes.
Yeah.
And, like, no problem.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
You know, it's cool. The country crowd digs that stuff. So,
Because it switches it up for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we kind of approach it that way. We're billed as country, but we try to throw some other stuff in.
Oh, sure.
That's amazing.
I love that about you guys.
Me too, man.
I miss doing the mud run with them, too. That was always fun.
You're taking the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry, man.
No, thank you, man. For
Yeah.
both of you guys have
I
both
know.
played the mud run for many years.
Don't miss it.
And you guys, every year, that's like the Great and Grace is coming, right? They have to. So
Yeah.
it's like you guys are kind of like the staple with that. And
it's
the
good.
whole family loves you guys,
Yeah,
man.
it's awesome. We love them too.
We did that one year that your drummer slept in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
Frank.
remember that. Yeah.
Because we ended up flip-flopping because you guys were supposed to go on and then we were going to go on after you guys. We flip-flopped so
That's
that
right.
we could make it, you know. But yeah,
Second
that
year? Was it the second
I think
year
it
or
might
the
have been
third year?
Second or third year,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Yeah, I
was.
was outside.
We were outside.
That was the outside one, right?
And, you know, it was getting like, we're supposed to go on in half an hour. So I called him and he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm having some coffee. I go, did you forget something? He goes, no, I don't think so. He goes, I leave something at the gig last night. I go, well, we got a gig today and it starts in about a half an hour. He's like, holy shit. I'll see you in a few.
And he lives in Syracuse.
Yeah.
The best part about that though is he got in there and like there was like no emotion on his face at all. He just walked in, he sat down on the drums like you know most drummers they got to do the tuning thing, they got to move stuff around, he just sat down and okay guys 1 2 3 and then he just started reading it. I'm like, and he's a monster too, monster
Yeah,
player.
he's great.
And just like watching him just go to town, I'm like, oh my God, it was crazy. Yeah, super cool.
And he played in a couple pretty popular bands before that. He was in Dracula Jones in the 90s.
That's where I remember him from.
And Maryland's Chamber was a pretty big band from Syracuse.
With Lee Anderson.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was on the road for quite a while, too. And the Beat Angels, they were a national act from Phoenix. And he was on the road for a couple of years.
Oh, cool.
That's
I didn't know that.
awesome.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We missed him, too. He quit last
That's
year.
right, yep.
He wasn't down with the COVID thing and kind of had enough of the playing it, working as much as we did. And, you know, we miss him. He was great for us.
Definitely.
Did you find his replacement?
Yes, we did. We tried out a bunch of guys, and they were all great. And we settled for a guy named Lincoln Tubbs. And he's from Syracuse.
He's not a defensive linebacker?
No. And he's you know, a different type of player than Frank, but fits right in, and it's worked out good.
Lincoln
great.
Tubbs. He just sounds like a superstar.
Absolutely.
Lincoln Tubbs.
He kind of is a superstar.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Borges saying Uncle Seymour's Jug Time Band?
Oh yeah.
Is that another outfit of yours?
Well, it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was something on the side of Visigoth that we did with a mutual friend of ours, Ken Kohlrich. And we didn't have a singer, so we get together once in a while, have some beers, and just jam some tunes in Dave's basement. And it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a little liquored up. And
Yeah, sure.
yeah, you know.
Motorlord saying R.I.P. Butterworth. He was in Dying Breed with him.
Yes.
Butterworth.
Yeah, Scott Butterworth.
He was in a band with you as well.
No, he was in Dig before I was in.
I got
He was
you.
a drummer with Eric Clark and I forget Fred Westcott, and yeah, he passed away quite a while ago.
And then Roy Costin's saying hello.
Yeah.
Hey Roy, what's going on, brother?
Have you ever jammed with Roy?
Well, we jammed the Hammerfest together, and he helped me get that thing rolling, which
That's
was
cool.
quite a task. And you know, Roy's a good man. He played with Jerry Ehrman for quite a while too.
And now you have this whole new band out.
Yeah, we decided that, you know, well, it started right after Jerry passed. He passed away a couple of years ago. He had a celebration of life party, and Dave Borgia and myself, we were talking, let's get some of the old guys together, including Roy. And we played at a celebration of life, and we decided we want to try and do something like that again in his name. So we got the Hammerfest thing going, and we got Mike St. Lucia involved, and it was so much fun. I just said to Mike, why don't we just do a side project? And he was all about it. And Mitch played the Hammerfest with us, so that was kind of a given to have him in. And Dave Brown was originally a metal guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought the two of them together would be great, which they are. They're great players and work well together. So it sounds really good. And we're playing this Saturday at 12 North.
Yeah.
So it should be our first gig.
Oh, that's cool.
It's your first gig.
Yeah.
This Saturday.
Yep.
And so the lineup's Mitch, you, Santa Lucia, Brown. Who's drumming?
Chris DeBurn.
Big Chris?
Yeah, Big Chris.
Oh, that guy's a
I
lunatic.
think I said his name. Yeah, great player.
Yeah, man. He's loud.
Yeah, he's got the 35-inch bass drum.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
It's just like a cannon.
Sick.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Great
too.
player, yeah.
Fits right in the deal.
And you guys call yourselves Hammered.
Hammered, yeah, and Jerry's memory, because a couple of the guys from Luftwaffe, when Jerry was in Visigoth, they came out to see us, and Jerry was so good he could sing any of that stuff that was really demanding: Queensryche, Scorpions,
Yeah.
Judas Priest, Maiden,
Love
and
it.
he could do it all the time, and he was very forceful. And they came out and seen us, and they named him the Hammer. So that's how that all came about.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool, though. You pay homage to him. That's
He's a
good,
great
man.
guy.
Yeah. I never knew him. But
Yeah.
hearing all the stories, and now I've actually dove into YouTube and saw some old videos, and
Yeah.
wow, what a voice.
Yeah,
What presence.
He, after he did the metal thing, and the last thing he did, I guess, was with Roy. They did a band called Four Large Men, and he kind of got out of it to do a solo. He did a solo thing or played with a few other people since then for up until his passing. And he did very well with that. And I didn't know he had that in him. He stopped over at my house. He goes, I got to show you my new guitar. He pulls out this Black Guild that he played the whole time, the rest of the time he was alive. And he played Night Moves by Bob Seger. And
Wow.
I'm like watching this guy play Bob Seger and sing like a bird compared to singing Queensryche, And it was pretty strange. I'm like, geez, I didn't know you had that. He goes, I've been doing this way before I did metal.
Wow.
So that was pretty
Outstanding.
cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Bob, what's your Mount Rushmore of bass players? You get 5.
5. Well, Geddy Lee, of course. Probably Michael Anthony, Geezer, Chris Squire. Oh, yeah. And there's so many of them.
Yeah.
I hate the
That last one's always the tough one.
Doug Pinnick.
Pinnick, wow. Yeah. Excellent
He's
choice.
awesome.
Yeah, he really is.
Yep. So they're right at Paul McCartney. It's another one.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, so Pinnick would be honorable mention.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney's got to be on that list, right?
Yeah.
He's like the legend himself, for sure. Pinnick, though, huh?
Yeah.
Great band.
Yeah, I've gone to see them a few times in recent years. They've played the Chance in Poughkeepsie. I never got to see them play when they were younger, so I was psyched to finally get to. And I met them, nice guys. The drummer married a girl from West Leiden.
Really?
And I know her. I know her friends. And I met them last summer. They played in Syracuse at a bar I can't remember the name of because I'm getting old. And they're great.
King's X.
Yeah.
Excellent band. Such a great
I got to
band.
say, he's remembered more names than anybody on this show, I think, ever. Like,
It's
he's
pretty
smart. He's like,
amazing.
so back in 1978, I was with these guys, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Most people are like, oh, man, that was so long ago. I don't even remember who I was with. He's just spouting names off. I love it.
I probably shouldn't remember.
That just means your brain held up a lot better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I guess I'm lucky in that aspect.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't.
Have you guys listened to any of the new Wolfgang Van Halen stuff?
Yes.
Isn't it fantastic?
The 2 songs I've heard.
He's got like 4 or 5 out right now.
Yeah, I haven't heard the rest of them, but the one where I know he plays everything on the record.
Yeah.
And he's got the video where he's, where's Wolf? I don't know where Wolf is. And I forget the name of the song, but wow, it blew me away.
Yeah.
His voice.
It's excellent, man.
Wow.
I can't stop listening to it.
I haven't listened to it yet.
He's got.
It's great.
You got Spotify?
I got Apple Music.
Okay, it's all over there. So
Okay.
there's like 4 or 5 songs out there. It's
Cool.
It's got that huge sound,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's got that arena rock, but it's not. To me, it's got a '90s vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that little vibe to it. But like Bob said, he's playing every instrument on there, plus singing.
Catchy.
It's so catchy.
He's got the hooks thrown in there.
Yep.
And great. Well, he comes from royalty, so.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. I really like. He calls it Mammoth VH.
Gotcha.
Is what he calls it. And so when you're on Apple Music, search Mammoth VH or
All right.
Wolfgang Van Halen. But I'm really interested to see what he does in the future,
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
Because there's not one bad song on that list.
I hope he tours.
Yeah,
Love
no,
to
he
go
is.
see it.
He is touring.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
see, I've seen a couple festivals with his name on it.
Really?
So I don't know if he's touring or just maybe doing these one-offs or whatnot on these
Yeah.
festivals. But yeah, there's a couple festivals out there with his name on it. So
I like to see who he gets to play with him. I'd be interested to see who he gets,
it's going to be
Should be Michael Anthony.
right, shouldn't it be?
Oh,
should
God.
You think Uncle Alex joins him on that?
I doubt those guys will do it. He'll
Yeah.
probably have his own band, but
Yeah.
it would be great to see it because I would be, I'd be pretty big.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, wasn't it Alex's birthday today? I think or yesterday. I think
Really?
he turned 68.
Yeah, I think it was today.
Yeah.
Yep. Today or yesterday. Yep.
Oh, it's
You're
crazy.
right. 68. Wow.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah.
It really does. And it's timeless. You could still listen to Van Halen today,
yeah.
right now, crank it up, and it's still one of the best things you'll ever hear.
Love it.
It's amazing. So Genesee Joe is saying Dave Brown is really amazing.
Yeah, he is. He's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
Good dude too.
He is. He was supposed to join you today.
Yeah, he didn't make. He had some family obligations. He planned on it, but he sent me a text this morning. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do?
Man,
Got to take care of family. So.
100%. It's the most
Yeah.
important thing.
But I know you guys would have had a lot to talk about.
Oh
here
yeah. Well,
and
we've
there.
had Dave on before on the show. So and it was back during the pandemic. I think was when we.
Back in our blackout.
Yeah, it's like I vaguely remember his face, but I don't remember what we talked about, so we'd have to do that again. But no, but one of the stories that we talked about when we were on with him was went back to Kelly's Christmas. It's funny because Kelly's Christmas is how I actually really met a lot of you guys. Like really got a chance to hang because we were gigging so much, you guys were gigging so much. We never crossed paths unless we did something like the Mud Run. So every year when we did the Kelly's Christmas, we'd have different people on, and so we got Mitch and Dave Brown to play a dueling solo on the end of this something about Christmas time, I think it was, and you played bass on it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You
Yeah.
played bass. Santa Lucia sang, and it gets to the end of the song, and they just start. They're facing each other, right? And you hear Mitch just rip into this solo, and he goes through for like 4 bars, and then all of a sudden he stops, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, Dave. I'm like. I'm sitting back going, oh my God, I had no idea. Oh God. The guy can play anything.
Yep,
Anything.
he is great. He's a great
But
player.
I really enjoy when I get to watch you guys because you guys are super tight
Yeah.
together. Like,
Thanks.
you and Dave really are super tight together, and that's really cool to
We
see.
feel the same way about you guys when we come out.
Appreciate
we
that,
don't
man.
get a chance like you were saying,
Sure.
but yeah, you guys are great too.
Thank you.
Yeah, the one thing I can say about Showtime, the best harmonizing band in all of the 315.
Yeah,
for
we're gonna miss Joe and Jerry too.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And they got great replacements, though.
Yeah. Who's
We have Lenny Milano, senior on drums.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Mike is still on sabbatical right now, keyboard player, and
Okay.
so we got Carl Goodines is playing with
Oh,
us.
all right, Carl.
And
Yep.
then when Jerry left, we have Ryan Quinn is singing with us.
Okay. Awesome.
So I think
All-star lineup.
we'll be all right.
They don't call him Showtime for nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we got really lucky though. We really got lucky. So
Well, you guys deserve it.
Yes,
you,
dude. You guys
put
work
the
your
work in.
asses off. You do. Both of you guys do. You both deserve it. You guys do work your asses off for so many years.
Thanks,
and
brother.
just
Yeah,
you're out there
appreciate
doing
that.
your thing. And Genesee Joe right now saying the Grit and Grace guys are all down to earth, but you're forgetting. He's saying great dudes, but he's forgetting about Jackie. We gotta give love to Jackie.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love Jackie.
Hi,
come on now.
She's my favorite member of Grit and Grace. Sorry, dude. But she is. For obvious reasons. No, I love Jackie. She's always been a sweetheart. Here's a story about Jackie. Every year at the Mudfest, she runs the Mudfest.
come on.
Yeah.
She does the obstacle course, and then she gets up on stage and plays.
Okay, now
Beat
that's
that,
just crazy.
Showtime.
32
gonna
degrees
happen.
out. She's always trying to get us to do it. I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's 32 degrees out. Yeah. I'm like, that's pretty amazing that you go and do that and come back and play.
Yeah, she's hardcore, man.
I mean, I'd walk it, but then you look at it, like half of the course is like going up a big hill like this. I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks.
Jeez, I sweat looking at the hill.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, we sweat enough getting the gear from our cars to
Yeah.
these golf carts. All right, we look forward to the golf cart ride so the wind blows.
Yeah. We're always going live or documenting something.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Didn't Barney recently posted a video?
He
of
did
all of
because
us?
we were all sitting around. I think it was when Grit and Grace was playing because then Civil Props and Showtime were hanging out next, like side stage, watching
Yeah.
you guys play, and we there was a big picture with the two bands. But yeah, it's just that was a cool lineup. I enjoyed that day a lot.
It was a lot of fun.
It's the
Definitely.
wonderful thing about the festivals, though. Everybody gets together.
Yeah.
Gets to see each other because, like
Yeah.
you said earlier, you guys don't get to see each other at all because you're
Right.
always playing. You're always playing. So it's a
know.
good time to get together and act
Yeah.
brothers, you know?
I know it's too bad we couldn't have done it this year.
Yeah.
I know we're kind of on the tail end of all the stuff going on, but
Right.
at least things are starting to open up now, and I'm slowly watching our summer calendar beef up, and I know you guys are starting to do the
Yeah.
same, and
Yep.
that's good
Yep.
because I'm sick of sitting home.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too,
Yeah.
man. You can only do. I do like 10,000 steps just in my house alone.
Really?
I can't sit still.
Yeah.
I drink too much coffee.
Yeah, I sleep because I get bored. I just like if I can't do anything, I just get bored, and fall asleep. Like, I guess my body needed it. No.
Hey, Bob, is there anybody in the area that you haven't played with that you would like to play with?
Aren't too many.
I feel like you played with everybody.
Around my age. I know I haven't played with Pat Orlowski. I'd like to jam a show with him sometime. And he posted a picture last week, and it brought me back because it was his first band. He's playing with an old friend of mine, John Gilligan. And I forget the name of the band.
Yeah,
but,
I saw that picture. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, wow, I remember that band. And it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he's done some really good stuff since SIV was pretty intense. And
Yeah.
I used to see those guys all the time. And that was right around when Red Hush just started too. So we were both playing Coleman's, and I'd hang out with Pat quite a bit. But we've never crossed paths as far as playing together.
Yeah.
But
I think he's retired now.
Is he?
Yeah, I don't think Pat's playing anymore.
Huh.
Yeah.
He
Pretty
actually
sure.
hit me. I feel bad. He did hit me up. I got to hit him
Me
back.
too.
Yeah, we got to get him.
Yeah, that's because that was what he said. He wants to do a podcast
That's
about
right. That's
musicians
right. Sorry,
who've
Pat.
retired from the business. You know what I mean? And I'm like, crap, I didn't realize like that you were not going to ever play again. I thought that he just was not playing now, but I don't know. Maybe.
Well, good for him if
Yeah.
that's how he feels. He's done quite a bit. And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yes.
There's a few other guys too. Geez, I'm trying to think. I never really got a chance to play with Tony Torres too much. We did do a Christmas show or two together, but and he's mostly solo. He's kind of doing the solo thing these
So
days.
good, man.
Yeah, he's great. And he's a great guy too.
I love that he's still putting out albums.
Yeah, geez, it seems like every 3 months he's got a new record coming
Yep.
out.
He does.
He's
Keeps himself
awesome.
busy.
And that we did when he had the studio down on Franklin Square after Bob had it. We did the Red Rum record.
Oh, Evolution
there. Yeah.
Studios.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Nah, Tony, man. Tony, he's a legend in this town, man.
For sure.
Yep.
He 100% is a legend in this town. In back, like, in my high school days, Tony was like the rock star around here. You know what I mean?
He was.
He was. He had all the ladies. And,
Oh, yeah. Him and Joel and Yako.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember they went down to a 3-piece for a while there, too.
Yeah,
Just
because the 5-piece was with Joe Finelli and Bob, right? Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, they were playing for quite a while.
Yep.
Did a lot of touring around New England and that.
Yeah.
And they practiced in the White Tower building. Were you ever in there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep. With Visigoth in the first band, Undercover. I think we got in there 82 or 83. And that's where I met the guys from Luftwaffe because they're up there. And, Kelly and Tony were up there too. They're a couple of years younger than me. We went to the same school together. And, yeah, that was a great time.
Did you guys all get along staying in that building?
Yeah, well, I think so.
Yeah.
I never had any problems with anybody.
Yeah.
And, everybody was cool to us. We're kind of the young guys.
Yeah.
And we're there for a while. And, Tim Gillis, who played in Luftwaffe, he used to stay there all night long just practicing to practice.
Yeah.
And me and Dave Borgia used to go over and talk to him till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And, those times are great.
Oh, yeah.
I miss that building.
Yeah. No longer.
Yeah.
Legendary. You see pictures of it now and like, oh, yeah,
I never saw it in person.
No?
Never saw it in person.
I think they used to hitch the barges to it when the barge canal used to go down Oriskany Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ended up in the barge.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Robin's checking in. What's up, Robin? She's saying Pat Orlowski is an awesome photographer now.
Yes, he
He's
is.
always been an awesome photographer.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing it forever. Lots of years.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
Pat, if you're watching this, I apologize to you. You caught me at a bad time when he texted me that I never replied to him. And I'm a space case and I smoke a lot
It
of weed.
happens.
So
I've seen Pat go through a lot of bands that we've crossed paths with those bands. Like at the beginning, like there was a tail end of Toast when he was in Toast.
Yeah.
And then the next band I saw him in that we crossed paths was when he was in Rattlebasket. And then I didn't see him again until he was, because I think that was when he was touring with Frank Cosmo and stuff,
Okay,
doing all that stuff. When he came back from that, they started Dashboard Nixon, which was Gary Johnson, Jeff Moyer, Keith James, and Pat. And then he joined Gridley Page. And so it was like it just all through my whole. He was the one catalyst of just about my whole career, just seeing him in different bands. So.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
Yep.
yeah, like you.
I was gonna say.
Oh, you know what I forgot too? Simple Props. He was in Simple Props for a while too. Yep.
Yeah. We'll get Pat on next month. We'll definitely get him on next month.
Absolutely.
Dude, I don't know what we got next week, but in 2 weeks, Nick Vanderwood's going to come in and perform.
That's what I heard.
We're
Yeah.
going to get him in here to perform. So we're going to start focusing once a month on 2 things. We're going to focus on local venues and promoters. And at the end of the month, we're going to focus on acoustic artists and independent artists.
Very cool.
They come in here, perform a couple of their songs, and hang out and whatnot. After we've been inspired by our 1-year anniversary, we're like, this is something we need to keep doing.
Yeah, definitely.
It was really cool.
Yeah, we had a great time.
So Nick's going to be our first guest as an acoustic performer.
Sick.
Have you listened to any of the Trampoline Jetstream stuff?
No, I haven't yet.
Dude, do yourself a favor.
I'll check it out.
It's different. It's different and unique and fresh.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can explain it. I mean, those guys, it's like one of those things where like they're not afraid to write whatever they're feeling. You know what I mean? And it's like totally cool. I dig it.
They're really honing their craft as kids.
Awesome.
I mean, they've been together since they were in high school.
Yeah. Yep.
And they've created this. I was talking to Manning the other day, and he's playing with a couple different people.
He is, yeah.
And he told me, he goes, it's great for him to play with other people because he realizes how special Trampoline Jetstream is
sure.
and the relationship that they have and the tightness and the brotherhood that they got.
That's cool.
And it's super cool. They have something really, really special. And like Justin said, it's a fresh sound.
Yeah.
They're doing some really cool stuff, man. I'm proud of those boys. Just want to see them
Absolutely.
keep it together, you know? Great bunch of boys, man. So this Saturday, 12 North is a place to
Yes. Hammered.
be. Hammered.
Yeah.
I love it.
7 o'clock.
So what kind of stuff you guys doing?
We're doing it's kind of an ode to our time in Visigoth with Jerry. So we're doing some of that material, which is the classic metal, classic hard rock, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath,
Love it.
Dio, Deep Purple.
Do you
Any
sing it all?
Queensryche?
You know, we haven't done that yet.
Oh, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know, we're getting older, so
Sure.
to find that range is a
You
tough.
can only squeeze your balls so hard,
Yeah.
you know?
What do you mean there's nobody in the area that can sound like Jeff Tate? Come on.
But you know, AC/DC, UFO,
Sick.
yeah, all kinds of different
Oh, I
stuff.
wish I
High
could
range
be
stuff, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Mike's still good at doing
Absolutely.
that. Yeah,
Yep.
so.
And you got Brownie backing him up, Dave backing him up. And Bob, are you backing him up too?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah?
doing a few songs. And
Sweet.
Mitch is singing a few songs too, and it sounded pretty good.
A lot of great harmonies going on in this band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some guys that can sing because Mitch can sing too.
Right?
It'll be fun to get out and play some stuff that I haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
So
You got to be really excited though.
I'm pretty excited. Yeah.
Back to your
You know,
roots.
Yeah.
Especially 12 North. I mean, they got a nice little stage set up there and everything, you know. So
Yeah.
it's going to be you can set up a whole bunch of lights and. You know what? You should go and find some of those old par cans so you can sweat like you did back in the 80s too. You know, remember that man?
Yeah.
You just had lights upon lights upon lights. You get on stage, they turn on, you're like, ah, I'm melting.
Yeah, about 130 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. It's a wonder we're all still alive just from that. You know what I mean? And then you had booze into it or something. You know what I mean? Or I can't even imagine. No, you know, I travel with 2 fans in the summertime.
Yeah.
because I can't stand sweating at all.
And the gear used to be huge too.
Oh yeah.
We had like a big, huge truck in the early 80s.
Yep.
To haul the scoops around, and you know everything weighed about 5 million pounds.
Yep.
Yeah, that was work.
So a lot of bands
Absolutely.
had PA back then?
Quite a few.
Yeah. You had to travel with your own?
Yep. You know, I went after the first band I was in. I left that for about a year. I went on the road with this band called The Kids, and it was these 2 guys that were from Central Illinois that moved out here because the scene was really good here. And this is right when the scene was starting to die down. And I auditioned for them, and they had an agency out of Binghamton, Music Star Agency, and they didn't have a lot of work around here, but they had a lot of work around southern New York, all over Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Scranton, Pittsburgh area, West Virginia, Wheeling, and around that, Maryland, around there. So I went on the road for about, probably 9 months, and that definitely woke me up about how tough that deal is. 'Cause we'd be gone for a couple weeks, and we'd have to set up, and some of the bars would stay open till 3 or 4. So and I think I was 19 at the time, and we had a huge old U-Haul that one of the guys had bought. So we're hauling gear all the time and trying to sleep on the road, and it was something. We had a female singer. Her name was Kim LaMonica, and she used to really nail the female stuff very well, like the Heart, Pat Benatar. But she could also sing like Triumph.
Oh,
And
wow.
So that's really what the focal point of the band was. The rest of the band were good too, but something happened. She was dating the sound guy, and something happened.
Oh, boy.
She ended up quitting, and that's when it kind of started to go downhill. And we played. We were supposed to play 5 nights at this place in Clarksburg, West Virginia, and we played I think it was like a Monday and Tuesday. We had a Wednesday layover, then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we went down there and we did really well on a Monday. And Tuesday night, the 2 guys that started the band, they were starting to get tired of each other. And they ended up getting in an argument, and the band sucked that night. So we packed up, and on our layover day, we went back up to near Buffalo, Chautauqua, New York, Chautauqua Lake, and we played a gig up there, and things were good. Wow. And we got paid. We got enough money to get gas, food, to get back down to Clarksburg. So we show up at the step of this bar, and there's this big sign on the door that says "Band Go Home."
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're like, oh, that can't mean us, because we haven't gotten paid yet, because we're supposed to get paid for all 5 nights. And so the drummer, who was kind of leader, he called our agency, and they're like, yeah, they canceled you guys. And we're like, well, we have no money to get back to Utica. And so we had to wait in a strip mall for a couple days until our agency wired us some money. So that was an experience. And I was thinking to myself on the second day, and we hadn't showered and didn't have much food. And I'm like, as soon as I get back in Utica, I think I've had enough of this situation. So that was, and after that, I joined the original guys I was with, and that became Visigoth. Cool. That's when I met Dave Borgia and Jerry Yerman.
The kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bob, if you go back in time and give yourself some advice, what would it be? After hearing that story, I got to ask that question.
Go to college.
Yeah?
Yeah. Finish college.
Would you do things different?
Not as far as playing, but I would have, instead of waiting 30 years to go back to college, I would have went right after high school.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I have no regrets.
Yeah.
It's all good. Awesome. I've had a blast, done some great stuff, played with great musicians, and the bass players around here too that I haven't been able to play with are great too, like Billy and Joel Ciotti, Danny. I could go on and on. And so things are good. Life's good. I'm glad to be playing. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. It's great to see you today, man.
Yeah,
Definitely,
you
man.
too.
This is a lot.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a blast.
I can't wait to see Hammered.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's gonna be good. So you guys, is this gonna be a regular thing, or are you just doing like one-offs here and there, or what's happening?
Yeah, it's probably, we're probably going to be pretty busy with, Mike and Mitch with the bomb and me and Dave with Grit and Grace. So we're going to try and fit it in there when we can. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping, this weekend he'll make everybody say, well, we need to put a couple Saturdays aside and do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Just to even things up a little.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just to get it rolling.
Love it.
Exciting. Very exciting, man. Great. Thanks for hanging with us today, man.
Thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
Justin, where are you at this week, bro?
This week, Thursday, I am at Dick Smith's, of course, with Gary Johnson. Friday and Saturday, I have private gigs. Yep.
We love Gary.
Oh, yeah. Friday, Saturday, I'm at private gigs. And then Sunday, I have the trio at Harpoon Eddie's.
I love that you're busy, man.
Yeah.
I do. I love that you're busy.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. I just got to get used to it again. I got to get back into the swing of things, and then once the curfew ends, and we got to play till 2.
Yeah.
Again. I mean, I'm in bed by 10. If I'm not playing, so it's like, that's gonna be the hardest part.
It sounds like things are going to come back to full capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's looking that way. I mean, the way that it's been, I know. Yep.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Thank God I just get back to the sense of normalcy here.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the calendar filling up now, it's starting to get back in the swing of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can hang like I used to, though. I mean, this is a little. I feel rusty. Did you feel rusty when you first got back?
Oh my God, yeah. Like it's just but the last gig that we played as Showtime was like I told you. I think last time was October 27th or 8th, whatever. We played a wedding. And that was the last time we played all those songs.
Yeah.
And so now we're trying to get ready for a wedding that we're playing next week in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so, like, I got on the phone with Jose like a month and a half ago, and he's like, yeah, so let's figure out the keys for the sets we're going to do, okay? I'm just trying to remember what key everything was in. So, first of all, the very first song he gave me was 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars, which I can't stand Bruno Mars anymore because we do so much of it. But I like F sharp. That was the first thing I said. First key I gave him, guess what? Wrong. Completely wrong. Right? Then I'm trying to remember how to play some of the songs, and I'm like,
that's tough when you got to think about it after all this time.
I know, and I'm like, oh, shit. I forgot all these songs. And then, of course, you go into panic mode. And now we got the rehearsals, and I'm trying to, like, get everything back in again, and it's just.
I know. It's weird being uncomfortable like that because we played this past weekend, and I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, geez, I gotta think about these songs.
Yeah, because I mean, it get to the point where you play so much that like if there's a TV behind the bar and you're playing, you could literally watch the Yankee game. While you're playing and singing it, and like, shit, did I sing that verse right? I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, it's like the game's on. I'm good, right?
When you panic like that, does that spark muscle memory though?
Sometimes, and it's funny with how muscle memory works, and I'm sure you deal with this with the bass because you got several frets. Several strings, and your fingers go to do something, and you're like, that didn't sound right.
That's not on the right string.
That's not on the right. You move it this way. Nope. How about a fret? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. And then you start to like, because your hand wants to go where it's supposed to, but your brain's like, you know, playing all these different weird notes, and it's like, no, that's not right. You know, but that's how I end up playing at different keys too, because I'm like, yeah, that was the right key. Yeah, no.
Wow.
So
Muscle memory is a real thing, though.
it really is.
Bob, what about you? You got this gig on Saturday at 12 North with Hammered. What you have any other upcoming dates? Grit and Grace, have anything?
Yeah, Grit and Grace next Friday, I think, at Average Joe's in Baldwinsville.
Oh, I love that place.
I think we're back at Nothing Fancy May 28th. I believe it's a Friday. After that, it's sporadic. I think the calendar's filling up more, but yeah, we're going to be doing some work. So.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Good to hear. And then when we get I got to get up with Dan Williams and find out about the Mudfest and get you back up on that too, man.
Hey,
they love you guys.
I got to give a shout out to Roscoe.
Yeah,
baby.
let's give Roscoe a shout out. He
Roscoe,
deserves it. We love you, Joe. It was his birthday the other day.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother.
Yes. You and him go way back, huh? Give me a
Yeah.
good Roscoe story.
There's always one.
There's got to be a good one.
There's a lot of them.
He's trying to think of one he can actually repeat, though.
Yeah,
Statue of limitation type shit.
This is not a family podcast, so go ahead.
he's got some good ones about me, but I think I was playing at Sinners Inc. and I was kind of a fill-in guy, and it was with Todd and his brother, and we were playing at McGill's, and Roscoe's doing sound, and they had their own PA. He'd been working with them for a while, and we played the gig, and the gig was good, and so I'm helping these guys load out, and he's sitting at the bar, and he's looking at me. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, what am I doing?" He goes, "Get over here." He goes, "Put that shit down." And I'm like, "Well, I'm helping them load out." He goes, "You don't got to help them load out." He goes, "Come over here, let's drink like men." That was at 1:30, and we were there until about 5:30 or 6. And, that's a Roscoe story.
Oh, yeah.
I miss him.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had some fun on the road.
We went out last week on Varick and had a couple beers after I got out of work Friday.
Ah, cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Send him my love. Well, I'm sure I'll see him too.
Oh, yeah.
As the Stanley gets going a little bit more too, so I'll be seeing Joe over there a lot. I think I'm the only one that calls him Joe.
Really?
I call him Joe. I just make it a habit now.
Wow. Does he look at you weird every time you do it?
No, he's used to it by now.
Right.
He's so used to it by now. But yeah, we
Every
love
time
Roscoe.
I hear his name, though, it's Tim Gillis. He always goes, Roscoe! Yeah.
Hilarious. Bob, thanks again. Make sure you
Thanks,
guys
Ian.
go out and
Thanks,
check out
Justin.
Hammer this
Cheers,
Saturday
brother.
at 12 North.
Thank you, brother.
And go check out Grit
Absolutely.
and Grace, check out Showtime, check out Poor Tim, check out Justin and the solo gig. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, and also check out our sponsors, EJA Moving Services, Attorney Dave Longaretta, Utica Coffee, Saranac Brewery, and Joey's at 307. Tomorrow, my mother's coming on.
Oh, my
Awesome.
God. I
Look,
gotta
I'm
tune
going
in
to
for
get
this.
a beaten live
Oh, yeah.
on the internet. She's bringing the belt. She's bringing the
She's
wooden
bringing
spoon,
everything, yep.
She's bringing the slippers. She's got a great red cross.
The first thing she's going to do is make you go outside and pick a switch off a tree, right? Go get the switch.
Dude, I'm so inspired by what my parents are doing. They travel in the
Yeah.
wintertime and stuff, and so we're going to talk a lot about that. And Mom's got some great road stories. She had
Awesome.
she had me in stitches yesterday on some of
Yeah,
the
I'm
stories
sure.
she was telling me. So looking forward to documenting some of these stories on the podcast. And she was on a couple when we first got started here on the D back 4 years ago. We did a Mother's Day special, and so she hasn't been on since. So
Yeah.
looking forward to chopping up with my mom. One time too, Grit and Grace came in, played acoustic in the other room. You played in the other room
Oh, yeah.
too. Played acoustic, and Bob's doing acoustic AC/DC.
Oh, sick.
It's fantastic. It
That was fun.
It was
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Follow, like, subscribe to All Things Disruption Network on social media, and we'll see you tomorrow. Later.